Okay, one of the most interesting commodities out there for me at the moment is silver. I'm looking to see if silver can actually dip. There's a nice run up here, broke this trend line, put a little doji in on a Wednesday and ran up into resistance. So I would, the 50 MA is creeping up, I would want to see a test of 2050 or ideally 20 in which to buy. That will be a full kiss of the trend line if it came back to 20. If you look at the daily chart here, I've got a big box from 2280 area down to 1870 area. The last time we bounced up, we came into resistance and then just rolled back over. So what I don't want to do is repeat that. But what I would be interested to do is, if this is a big box play, and this potential 2050 is the point in which the box is about to get broken to the upside because the consolidation is over, I'm potentially going to miss out, but I'll certainly watch that for a close on Monday at the very least. Gold is trapped under that resistance area there, closes above 1322, and I think that could run up to 1500. Beans, incredible sell-off, which I've missed. I'll keep an eye out and see how we handle that. 11 bucks. That's a very significant sell-off. Cocoa, leave alone. Sugar, quite a sell-off. Obviously, you've got to leave that alone. Oil. I'd be interested in oil at this 150. Yeah, we're just closing at 101.66 on Friday. We come back to that 100 or 150 and hold, then I will get interested again. Cool, sold off. Coffee, leave that. Coffee Arabica is good. That's a very significant move. I think coffee Arabica is a potential buy at 168.40. And wheat obviously selling. Okay, now stocks, right. I think Sainsbury's here in the UK is worth a shot. I think this is a potential W pattern. Nice sell off from 430 area, push up into resistance, bounce back. On this particular occasion it's a higher low. If you got a chance to get 320 with 325 here at the moment, I think we might come down and retest that 320. If we hold that, I'll be a buyer to see and hold it into the rest of the year to see if that can push higher. Rolls Royce, I think this is a potential buy. Now this is, it's seen a lot of selling from the 1300 mark. Pull back into resistance, pull back to support, pull back to resistance. So we are zigzagging. This is a heck of a lot of support down there. And we could come back to support the 1000 mark. So again, best place, see if we can close higher on Monday, and then look at that. And Morrison's as well. Oof. Price war has really taken its toll. I'm liking Lloyds Bank here. I think Lloyds Bank has closed the gap here back in April. We've got a hammer-like bar here just holding 73.30. I think that starts closing above 73.30. I think that could bring the buyers in. I like Lloyd's a lot, and I would just pop a stop under 71 and just sit in that and see if that can work. Domino's Pizza, this is a nice run from the 50 mark. We're 54.23. If you see that level down there again, we are in a massive box. We could, in the case of the bed, is we could just drop out of that. But this is typically a good time of the year to buy Domino pizzas. They tend to do well as the temperature drops in the UK, and so therefore that might be a good time to get into this. But just be aware of all that resistance up there at 570. Keep an eye on Barclays as well. If we hold this area here, I think Barclays could start to climb. I think it's a good stock, and it's nice and low. This could potentially be a good time to get in. Obviously tuck your stop under, if you're going to buy around about the 210 mark, tuck your stop under 200. I think tuck some of those away, because I think that might well come up. Whilst we're looking at the banks, let's look at the other. Here's RBS in an interesting area as well. Standard Chartered, that just needs to cling on to, if we can cling on to that 1175 area, that's got the potential to break up. Equally, break these lows and that's going to leg it down again. Keep an eye on this one. It's had a nice run up to close to 1600. This is Hargreaves Lansdown, HL. Yeah, if we ever get down to that support level, that could get very interesting. But close above this 1110, and I think that could start to recover. Talked about Sage not so long ago, and it popped underneath 370. We're currently 377. If that closes above, hang on, it closes above 380, I think that could run and get back to that resistance. So keep an eye on Sage. Just recapping on this one, Man. I've been in this for a long time. It's a good stock. I've been talking about it all the way through this area here. This to me is institutional buying pattern. That's what institutions dipping in, trying not to make the market too aware of what they're doing. But all these lows started mopping up stock. And finally, we start to get a hammer here. Start to look as if we can close above the 50 EMA, and a gap up. When we came underneath that bracket and started closing up again, so this price here was crucial. That gap up box. If we bracketed that, it gapped up again. We bracketed that. Started getting too toppy just above the bracket. Ran its way all the way down to the bottom of the first bracket, closed above, and then ran. Okay, so you've got two brackets, 1 and 2, and the behaviour of the price around those brackets was significant in that run from 90 to 120. Okay, so I like that was a good solid stock that had a very nice long pattern of lows getting bought, and finally they had so many people long, they just simply gapped it up. Okay, no doubt that was around about earnings as well. That's a good one. This is another potential institutional buying pattern. Line, L-I-N-E. a lot of buying around here. Hammers on this area here. We start just breaking higher and higher and higher, and we bust up. Now we've come back to a support level on the 50 EMA, a potential stopping bar up here. So I think we could. This holds around here. Give it a day or two. See if we hold down here, and then see if it can get back up to there. So I like line. NGLS. It's American gas stock, and if we poke back to that box, dip back that box, I should say. I would be a buyer. So I would hang around for 68.70 and buy some of that, stick my stop under 66 and then see if that can work. Just to recap on a few stocks, this is COG. Very nice breakout pattern here. Same type of institutional buying around here, around here. So that was resistance, that became support. Nice W pattern here for breakout. Nice institutional buying here, and so on. Okay. Ooh, nasty. Okay, let's look at some others. Okay, I'm keeping an eye on Yahoo because of this big box we've got here. If Yahoo is going to hold 33, 37 and close higher, then I'd be interested. Otherwise, if we just close underneath that, then I'm basically too late into a short. You can see the way we sold at 50%. So we are in a downtrend. So if this is just a holding bar and we rotate back to the downtrend, then I will have to miss it. Yeah, I've talked about this one before, recently. This is Whole Foods, WFM. So you can see we had a new low, but we didn't close above until 2 days later. So I now want to see if that can close above 37.30. See if that can recover. Has got a habit of recovering and selling, recovering and selling, etc. You can get the picture. Recovering and selling. But I think this is significant. I will just try just a small lot that closes above 37.30. I will just attempt to see if I can pick up. Right, let's have a look at this one. This is very interesting. This is Taser. Oops, didn't mean to do that. What I did mean to do was that. Right. So this is a good stock. It's had quite a tumble. So new low close above next day. I would buy that level there. If we see 1090, I'm actually going to get slightly above that. I'm actually going to buy at 1095. My stop is going to be under 1050, 1050, and see if that can come. Now, the last time we had, admittedly this was a pullback in an uptrend. The last time we did that, we ran quite nicely. But let's see if that can do something. Well, next to my list is STLD. This is not very clean. This hammer down here at 1650 in March was good. I'm going to have to skip that. Alright. Riverbed. No, that's too messy. I don't want to get involved in that. Netflix has gone bonkers. I would buy a better pullback. Down to that support. In the meantime, not doing anything with it. NetApp, talked about that the other week. I am actually in this, not doing much. Not a great weekly chart, but I'm actually in this. Now LinkedIn. Let's update the chart on this. This has been battered. But I like LinkedIn because I know I think a lot of professionals use this one. I think that's worth a shot at 159. I'm going to buy LinkedIn at 159. Now can I trend trade? Because we had all this selling, all these pullbacks have got sold, so we zigzag down. But we had a nice move up here, and this is a significant support level here. So if we can hold this, I think it's worth a try of going up there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait a little longer. I'm going to wait for that to close above 163.85. I'm going to be more cautious on this, seeing as it has got such a strong downtrend, and it is a counter trend trade. So I'd much rather that proved itself before I got into this. So Citrix is another interesting stock. A bit messy. Not quite done a gap fill yet. 66.44 the gap fill. I'm gonna risk a shot on this. 63.38. Are we? And the stop underneath that low. Because I want to see if that can prove itself. Nope, don't want to get in that one. Amazon is a recap. Bought this down here, 325 area. So I am managing my stop now, looking to see if we can get to 375. Nice pattern of behavior at the lows. Getting down to the fib support zone, 291. And it's had a nice move up, nice head and shoulders pattern. It still looks as if it's got legs. So I will hold on to that one. Okay, that is all I've got. Like I said, Traders Roundtable, if you're at all interested in stocks, get yourself into Traders Roundtable. The link is at the bottom of the email here, because 70 to 80% of the time on Traders Roundtable, 7 PM Monday night, 2 PM Eastern Time in the afternoon. Mondays we will be doing indices, forex, but predominantly stocks. Okay, see you then.